There's M.McGillivray, 27 years old, J-Bay, South Africa, up against Jordy Smith, 36 years old, and currently number 5 on the live rankings. That he wants to hang on to that final 5 spot. Quarterfinal number 4 in the water. 2 surfers representing South Africa. This is M.McGillivray in the red jersey. He's going to get the first wave of this quarterfinal. The J-Bay surfer likes long walls. Great projection down this long wall. Big snap there for Matty. And he will put up the first number in his challenge up against Jordy Smith, the veteran of the championship tour, Jordy Smith. Let's take a look here of Jordy Smith's first wave.
Yeah, so Jordy just super paced approach there at the start. Beautiful wrapping carve. And like John said, I mean, this wave has a beautiful cup to it. Sort of that medium-sized wave today. Definitely the pick of the bunch. And brings it through to the inside here. And gets the finish.
Matty looks here for his second ride. Lines up. Projecting down the line, just clears the lip there with a float, and disinterested, he kicks out.
But right now, M.McGillivray is looking at a beautiful wall. Oh, wow, that was unfortunate for him. He's on a CI Pro 2, 6-0. Let's see what happens.
The only 2 South Africans on tour, and they end up in this heat together. You'd think it'd be awesome if it was a final. Let's get back to that. Matt up and running.
Inside wave here. McGillivray tosses it up, and as he often does, tail high, air reverse, and puts it down. So just sneakily getting a back up to that 6.33. He's going to ditch the 1.57 he has in his score line.
Let's have a look here. So Matty, this smaller wave, you can really tell that he's forecasting down the line here. Looks for this maneuver. I mean, it was done with a lot of speed. But yeah, can't go too high. It's just that one maneuver. Grabs that rail, super inverted, gets that tail really high. It's just so whippy once he hits the water again. It comes out of that with so much speed. But yeah, I mean, it definitely just can't go too high. It's just the one maneuver.
And Smith decides, hey, I'm going to hold court. And M.McGillivray says, I'm happy to take this insider. Little trip up there on the bottom turn, which led to a catch rail on the top turn. Channel Islands is currently in the number 3 position on that Vista CT Shaper rankings. We'll update you at the end of this event on any changes there. Matty up and out was affecting the rocker there. It did see like the board skipped out a bit. Here we go with M.McGillivray. Roundhouse cut back, a series of them. Snaps up into the lip. McGillivray racing this section. Floater clears into open water. One more gouge on the Channel Islands surfboard. Here we go with Matty looking for a nice finish. Lip slide finish for M.McGillivray. He just overcooked it now that he finally had really good form. Here's a 7.77 for M.McGillivray on the replay.
Yeah, this was a beautiful cupped out wave. Second wave of the set. Had a lot more steepness to it. A lot more draw off the bottom of this point break. Gets a little bit caught behind here. Drives around that section again. And I just love that he's just playing to his strengths. It's so evident, right? And he got the finish, which is super important. He's applied so much more pressure now on Jordy. And, yeah, really playing to that strength. That was a beautiful fin release there.
Jordy Smith with priority. He looks interested in this one. Jordy's going to engage. Drops down, stalls a bottom turn, double pump off the bottom, slashes off the top. Talked about that swoop. Here comes a swoop from Jordy Smith. Just a trademark turn that he's able to apply so much pressure all the way through the turn on the Smith shape. And a little bobble there, but he gets his footing back. Makes up with it with a short turn. Catches the nose there. Strider talked about maybe the crease in the board. Here we go, Jordy Smith. We're waiting for the score.
Yeah, so this one, beautiful rail work, right? This is, this is trademark Jordy. This is what we come to see. This is the surfing I love from him. This maneuver here, I don't know, for me, it's probably like one of my favorite maneuvers to watch. The figure 8, the roundhouse carve. But that moment, he just gets himself off balance, and
you know what happened? He was standing on his leash.
Yeah, he tried to, after that, I mean, it's almost like he shouldn't have tried to do that. It was all working, right? But I mean, there's nothing worse than taking off and that leash being caught on your foot.
And that intel came from Strider Wozlewski out in the water. Jordy actually said that to Strider when he was paddling by. So straight from, Jordy's mouth to Strider. Yeah, what was bothering him on this wave, and we can see, is that he's standing on his leash. And, every surfer knows that feeling. And if you have a good wave, you're going to power through regardless. But he did have to do this one spot where he's like, get rid of this under my feet.
Let's say you can see it there. It's just like, it's just such a bad feeling, man. Oh, yeah, we hate it. We hate it.
But at some point in this replay, I hope we catch it there. He's like, get rid of that. Okay, now I'm back. Okay, now I'm fully on the tail pad. Ugh. Quarterfinal number 4 in the water. It's J.Smith up against M.McGillivray. J.Smith needs a 7.24. Here goes Smith. Medium-sized wave, pops it in the air and just goes down.
We just know how inconsistent it is. Wraps around here, everything's looking so good. Puts lots of mayo on that air.
Here he goes. He uses priority on this one. Quick slash off the top, long bottom turn. Fin release on that second one, getting rhythm down the line. And just smooth, no bobbles at all. Lip line float, clears that straight back up into a second float. And mistake-free surfing from M.McGillivray, and the Red Bull Athlete Zone and the rest of the surfers completely enjoy that wave.
I think this was awesome. Let's have a look. I feel like he's playing to his strengths once again. He goes here, beautiful wrap, sort of carved setup turn, straight up into the lip there. I just love that he's fading his bottom turn so that he can get so critical in the pocket. And, I mean, this was a really fast little section here, and to do it so smoothly and finish how he did, I think it is going to better that 6.33. Let's have a look from this angle. That first turn was, the first little carve was really a setup so he could get so critical in the pocket. He looks connected. He looks like he's locked in it and sort of cracked the code here at Punta Roca. That maneuver there, I mean, it threw a lot of spray. I mean, I said it was a setup turn, but it was really a turn. But wow, I mean, even just that lip line. And then to transition straight out of that into this next section, which he hit so late. He has such a good ability to do that. I mean, even with the airs that we've seen him go to in this event as well.
McGillivray will be in that second semifinal, facing off against John Florence.
Yeah, Maddie, I caught up with Britt during that heat, and he said his advice to you was to find the critical sections and land the airs. That was going to be the point of difference between you and Jordy. You executed that from perfection, it looks like, from the shore. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I mean, the waves were pumping. I was really lucky to be in rotation with the set waves, and I think it's because I started the heat on the inside. I got the first wave, and then somehow it put me in rhythm. Yesterday the airs helped me, and today only did one on an insider, but the set waves were so perfect, so such nice shape for turns and carves. So yeah, such a great day to have the competition on.
And you'll have another chance later on to the semifinals, a place that you're finding yourself in a little bit more frequently here in the last few events. What do you attribute that consistency to?
Just being more patient in the water, and I guess build up of experience, and just realizing that I can win heats if I stick to my own surfing and I don't get lost. Just got to focus on yourself and believe.
We'll see you in the next one, Maddie.
Awesome, thanks so much.